This is Justin AMZN for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. And today was really a resting day. There's a little bit of lower highs and a little bit of higher lows. So it does start to form a triangle. We did get the pullback, actually a few pullbacks into 1888 that I was saying would have been a pullback right back into these highs. A nice place to look to buy, and it was. This one, I guess we don't really need all of this, but um, with this kind of move that we had yesterday, I was anticipating, an S curve, a pullback, and then a continuation, and we got the S curve. We actually did a really quick retest S curve and then shot back up, pushed through both of these levels. Actually, had already been up to this one, but this one, actually, let me zoom out and go to there first. So this day, we're talking about there being a little gap down on that Friday, and that traded down the rest of the day. And that had stayed open, and then this one had stayed open for a little while. No, sorry, this one stayed open for the next day, for the Monday, and then we were down. And so yesterday we didn't even get back up to this one. We were close, and then we opened up right there today. So then this gap closed today, and it did so with some really large inverted hammers with 1 penny off between their highs. So this is essentially a tweezer top. Well, from there, it just traded back down. Decenter move. But it was just really large candles. The first smaller candles we got were here, still a little bit too big. And then these candles, a nice high wave candle down here at the low, and it started to bounce. And when I saw these 3 candles and then it bounced, it's like, okay, good. Maybe we'll get a little bit of pullback. I'm going to wait a little bit, see what happens, and then I was going to draw something. Let me wait to draw something because I wasn't really looking at that. I'll explain what that was, but it started to break out, and then it started to just kind of grind sideways. So it's like, okay, this is a really nice stair step right through here, really choppy. I don't know that it's getting ready to break out though. It looks like it's starting to pull back a little bit. Like, you know what? I'm really okay with a pullback. We got a really short pullback here. This is just a longer pullback. It took, almost an hour to get to this level from the initial, well, I guess 45 minutes. And we've been seeing that working for some of these where it just waits for a little while. So it started to break down over here. And I was looking to get in bullish and got in bullish. And stopped down here somewhere. But it started to work right away. Was up. We're right back into this level, just going sideways, pushed up here. I thought we already took this level out earlier. We should just get right through that. So it's up here. I'm like, all right, I'm going to tighten up my stop and put it somewhere in here. And it's like, okay, if this thing comes back down, which it could, maybe it should hold up in this level and then bounce again, and we'll come back up and we should get through, Well, no, that didn't happen. It broke down, retested right back to this level, making this look like a double top right here. This being the neckline, this being the retracement, high wave candle, and then it did really just roll over from there. Came down and made not a new low on the day, but a new lower low on the day. And so, yes, we did have this low. If you connect these, then you're more in line with this one than you are with this one. But from the opening low to the closing low here, it's just 2 points. Just like the highs are just 2 points. So we'll see if we get anything more tomorrow where we do this really bigger triangle shape. Hope you're seeing it. Let me see if I can draw straight it all tonight. Oops. Nope. I don't want to do that. Wait, did that just draw a line there? I grabbed the wrong drawing tool. I meant to draw this one. Like that, something like that. And if we can do that and just chop around some more, even if we get some sort of false breakdown that come down here and then goes, I think that's totally possible over the next day or two. We've got another expiration. It's a short week this week, so we got another expiration coming up on Friday. So just 2 more trading days till that, and then Monday maybe. We chop around a little bit Thursday, Friday, and then Monday start to break. Who knows? So nice. So anyway, yeah, got a very small gain on this trade. What I was going to say is I wasn't even really paying attention to the pattern. It definitely helps, but this looks like an inverted head and shoulders. You got either a sloped neckline like this, and then there's a retracement, and then really here's some more retracements, or you can kind of look at a horizontal neckline, and so then all of this is retracement, this is retracement, this technically would be a retracement, and then it broke down. So there's a couple different ways to draw that, but it still just supports the idea that this should go higher. This is a really nice morning star reversal right here. That hammer, it was nice to see that hammer actually get broken down, and then it take out the low and then just go. And even this just looks like a flag here, from this move, if you're picturing a bullish. So a lot of things just kind of came together to be like, that looks like it's going to go bullish, and it did. So, hindsight, obviously looking to get out up here instead of hoping it comes back down. But like I said, it already broken through this. I was looking for a move back up closer to the high of the day, pushing through 1900 again. Just didn't do it. So anyway, so that was trading bullish. Trading bearish, there were some opportunities to go bearish with the tweeter tops, with a double top, with high wave candle, with high wave candle. There's a number of different areas. Even this, where it didn't bounce here and then just collapsed. I mean, if you've got a stop limit in place right here and a stop up here, you may have made something that quick move, if you got filled. So if we jump over to the 1900 calls, the opening low was a decent price, but it came right down to $8. And so knowing exactly where to place the trade, maybe you do set something down here, put in your low a little bit below 8, and so maybe you've got a stop at 750 and your entries at 850, and maybe you got filled in this candle. It's possible. We did come down to the 8x7 range here, and then almost here, and we did it again here, but it didn't go. It didn't rally. So again, looking at the calls, this is where it moved all the way down here. There was some bouncing here. There's some bouncing here. There's definitely some morning star reversal going on here. And so if you waited to get in, so this is right at 1120. This still would have been a nice gain, or a nice setup, like 9x8 right here would have been nice. And then it ran up, and you could have gone out at 12 a couple of times, and still it's like, okay, is this going to go higher or is it not? Well, it didn't. A slightly upslope with the low, but relatively flat top, and then it just kind of broke down the rest of the day. We jump over to the puts. This is the 1875 puts, and I just really don't like the volume just with some of these just flat candles. They're just a few people trading it. So I thought, well, let's see what else is nearby. ATA, still pretty close here. But you have some candles that are under $1 in here. So 6x5 could have been a nice setup, just waiting for a candle. That bounced up to 9 here. So that would have been a 3R gain, right? 6x5 up to 9. Yep. And then it came back down here again, but came past 6x5 and actually was hovering right around $5 right here. So that's one that maybe, if you're anticipating this could go a little bit lower, then, wait, was that 855? So that was the tweezer tops. That was up here. Where it did that. We'll pull back a little bit more. Tweezer tops, and really could have just jumped into this one and let it go, and that should have worked. And then we were talking about going bearish up here, the high wave candle, like 12.15, or more even stay reversal, 12.40. So that would have been buying down in here. 12.15, so getting in maybe 550 by 5. I'm sorry, 550 by 450, and that would have worked again here, even though we pull back a little more. And for this, we actually pulled a little bit further back than we did yesterday in some of the options. So this may have been trying to get some people stopped out by having a low right here at 5, and then it comes down, but not a lot of people are stopped out. There's only one option traded there, and then 6 there, and 4 there. So, there wasn't a lot of volume coming in right here to buy it. But it does actually make sense to buy up here. This is a nice resistance. If I push it back down, great, make a little profit right away. And that was kind of the case here, is maybe you got in at 5. It took a little while to get up to 8, all the while making a little bit, relative to higher lows and relative highs. So anyway, yeah, it did have, continuation moves. And then let's see the 105 candle. So 105 was this one. It's this little pullback here was another nice entry. So looking at this option, 1880. Yeah, that just didn't. I like that location, but the option, I mean, it's still just going flat right here. Like it pulled into some lows. That's all it's doing. And then as it broke down, then it had a bigger rally. But you really could have waited to do like 6 by 5 anywhere in here. And 6 by 5 bearish anywhere in here. And then it was another stair step that actually, similar to this one. This one pulled back, went bullish. This one's just going flat and then breaks down. So it just got more of a move here than it did over here. But anyway, I was a little more bullish here and a little more bearish here. So it kind of makes sense to look at it that way. And then you have a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder, or lopsided shoulder. So we'll see if we do any more to do a little bit of a pullback to 1880. I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually come down there. I would actually like it to hold that price. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right, I hope this helps. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.